Good morning, everybody, and Merry Christmas for all of those who are celebrating Christmas today. It's kind of rainy but warm out today. It's a strange day for Christmas. And I just have a quick read for you for Metatron this morning, a very loving read, and then the twin flame read that's on the table. We're going to roll the die. Let's go ahead and take a few deep breaths first. Sending love and blessings and lots of mother's love. And thank you for all being here with me today. Hope you're having a wonderful day. I just felt the need to take one more. Okay, so let's roll the die and see what's going on for today. This is Christmas, December 25th, 2021 for the Twin Flames. Okay, we have Mercury, so lots of communication. I'm sure there's going to be lots of messages back and forth. We have Sagittarius here, as we just left Sagittarius energy, but still showing up. I don't know what it's doing right now. We just left the south node of Sagittarius on the 22nd. And we left Sagittarius as well, now in Capricorn. So that may be in a big focus right now just because of the change of that energy. We also have the number 1, which is the masculine. It's also the oneness of the whole. And it's also the magician, which can be Gemini, can be Virgo as well. So Gemini, Sagittarius, and again, Mercury is Virgo and Gemini as well. So there's a lot of Mercury or mercurial energy as well as Sagittarius. Perhaps that arrow of expansion, direction. I'm looking at the Mercury symbol and I'm getting my daughter's puppy too, Teddy Bear, she names him. He's such a cute little puppy. So you may be feeling those same kind of affections towards your own children and pets right now, enjoying them on Christmas morning. I have the Metatron read here. Okay, and so the energy today is the 25 of the Knight of Wands, which is that inspired movement to get going, to be passionate about what you're doing, getting errands done. That could be going out with someone you love as well, or just doing something that you love very much. Very inspired. And then the 2 of Cups is the day 42. So 42-6, which is the 2 of Cups, that one-to-one connection. And let's see what else. Yeah, I'm with my son, and we went to the mall yesterday and out to eat, and boy, my body cannot take going out to eat anymore. We both feel like we have a hangover today. And so just kind of detoxing from that hangover type of energy, feeling better now, but it was tough getting up this morning, I have to say. And the colors that came up today are just, orange is in there too, but also pink and silver. And pink and orange come up as that peachy pink compassion color against the indigo. And then silver too, that silvery orangey pink. It's a really beautiful tone. It's very much of compassion though, and having that compassion not just for others today, but for yourself. And I did the Metatron read at 10:38 to 39, which is the Queen of Cups to the Knight of Cups, all about that love energy, and the 10 of the Wheel of Fortune and a turn for the better, that high vibration. And the message goes like this: to look up, King of Cups, which is also unconditional love, detach from drama and have compassion for self. With self-love as above, so below, the Queen of Wands is here to stretch and connect and attune. The pink and orange being the new black, or in other words, compassion, two pinks full of compassion and one flame that is orange to help you stretch. So again, that's the two. Compassion is a very feminine energy, and then the flame is a very masculine energy, that one. The first card out, so that the bottom of the deck was the orange card of the Queen of Wands energy stretching. So make sure you stretch this morning to release any pent-up energies that may be stuck, especially for us, like yesterday, being out amongst a lot of people and picking up those energies and, of course, transmuting those energies, just needing to release a lot of that stuff that you run into. And again, remembering to have compassion. Below the orange card, because I go 3 down, the first card out was detach from the drama. And then again, as above, so below, with detach was unconditional love with the King of Cups, and as above, so below is the 41 of self-love, spiritual love, and new love. So the first card out for the read was Archangel Sandalphon, which is a very sweet, angelic, creative energy, musical energy. The 22 of the Fool accompanying you on the Fool's journey. With the new dawn, that 10 of the Wheel of Fortune, and the pink of compassion. At 11:07, Justice and the Chariot, that you are the chariot. Your body is the vehicle of infiltration into the 3D to raise it to the 5D. Archangel Sandalphon is coming up here with you in that very creative, sweet, compassionate energy on the Fool's journey, as opposed to the Wounded Warrior journey, which is being in that victim mentality and war, whereas the Fool's journey is the open heart and peace. Of sunlight exposing the shadow, so stand in the sunlight, allowing the shadow behind you to be exposed in the valley of death on the path to the sun, through the dark night. God bless us, everyone. A new dawn, welcome back, with high vibration and pink shells of inspiration and self-love and nurture, right? The shell is a hollow instrument, just like the body. The sun being the light bulb, and the shell is the life bulb, the womb of mothering and nurturing, and the light of fathering. The codependency of the tree at the root, the mother and the father, what keeps or ties the family together, and Spirit's connecting with me. And the key to your freedom, which is compassion for all. And again, compassion doesn't mean you need to sit in abusive energy. It means you need to have compassion for their perspective. And that's okay for them. It may not be for you, but it's okay for them. So that's where that love comes from. Knowing that we're each different and we each have a different journey, and that we need to accept each other's space and journey and not try to project our own things onto others who are facing something different than us. The Knight of Swords is delivering messages and or packages, or being the delivery and allowing. Just showing up, being the love that you are. That's the gift. And remember that you aren't all of the negativity that you feel. You're not the ego that you feel. You are the love. That is your soul. That's who you are. And you're not the 3D that has built up on your body throughout your life. You're still the love of the soul. The 1123 is the Justice of Truth and Balance, the 23 of the King of Wands. The loss, but without regret, in endings each day at sunset, when you are held by the reflection of your family, your ancestors, it's okay to cry or have a headache or feel like you've been hit by a Mack truck. Allow the clearing to flow through you. Like I said, it's just like processing food or processing light. When you process food through your body, you poop and pee, right? When you process light through your body, you cry at the end. Go with the flow, 1-to-1. You and your higher self on the salt river of life. Remember that your water is salty. After all, your water is salty. Big bird, that's you, stretch your wings. Sing a song for the birds and shine your light to them. The Queen of Swords is in union with the silver sword as the warrioress of Loch Ness. The lock and the key. The warrioress of Loch Ness, removing the thorn or the splinter at night at 11:32, which is justice in the journey. The sword is easier to see in contrast to the night sky as opposed to the day. Wings or light during the day. Wings or light during the day, and that was confirmation about that. And songs of love at night. Night and day and night, you are the one. All for one, which is 41, and 1 for, which is 14, all. The reflection of the 41 and the 14, which is the 41 of the Ace of Cups, of love, self-love, spiritual love, and new love, and the 14 of the higher love, that compassion of the angels, and taking one step at a time off that beaten path in another way, your way. And I did it my way, and that came up yesterday. All for one and one for all. Ancestors and energetic exchange from the phoenix rising, projecting family forward to crystal clear self, authentic self. Receive the light and your shadow in the wake, transforming chaos and dark night to love, light, and joy, and clarity of what's not fully illuminated, or in other words, the shadow, go within. Who are you today? Loving inner children. Synchronicities and abundance for all, and thanksgiving every day. Through the dimensional gateway of the Golden Gate on Christmas Day. Father and child, mother and son. Hear and know me, inner child. What's weighing on your heart? Tell me, little one. Wake up to align, Spirit's connecting. Wake up to align, listen and take note. Using that hollow shell of your resonance. Hear the all and the tone, the song, as well as each note. Whistle while you work, hum a happy tune, fly free in transition of the diamond crystalline light upgrades at day, and review and reflect in time out with the purple moon at night, which is referencing the third eye as well with the indigo and the crown at 12:33, which is so fitting for today because 12 is the hanging man and 33 is the Christ vibration. So there is your message of the day from Metatron. It's a very loving, compassionate energy coming through. And then here we have the read in front of you, and this is the SIRIAN Starseed deck. Okay, and you see the lovers there in the challenge position, or the block position, and then, I'm sorry, that's the Metatron read. And then here's the complete read in front of you. 7 decks for all the twin flames. So it's all of the energy. So it's a lot of energy for everybody. So take what resonates and leave the rest. Some of the messages may be more negative, and some are more positive, or some are more for everyone, and some are for maybe just one person. So if something triggers you, go within and see why it's triggering you. Or maybe that's a signal that it doesn't resonate with you, and then let it go. Okay, remember that. This was done at 7:11. 7 is the chariot. 11 again is justice, truth, and balance. It's also the alignment for Christmas Day in the chariot of your vehicle, your body that you are as a human. And then at 7:20, which is the chariot and the 20 of judgment, which is also the wake-up call and announcements, it's also the 720 of 0 backing up the 72, which is the 4 of Pentacles, being that saving, holding on, being moderate and practical, not needing a whole lot. And just, I'm getting today, though, you don't always get that from this card, but today I'm getting truly just really appreciating what you've got, even if it's not that much. Just truly having gratitude for what you do have and holding on to that with love. So when I cut the Tarot of Sexual Magic, it was 720. And also of crystals was coming up, which is that crystals energy of purging, but also being Christ-like, not Christ, but Christ-like, in that higher love of your own personality, your own soul tone and resonance. And then stalls came up as well, which is also being like a saint of the ST or the path. And then someone saying me out, So instead of time out, the message was coming up as tie me out, or TI is source energy. So source me out, or just again, time out here, needing a break. I finished clarifying at 7:34, which is the way 34 would be written, 34/7, which is the 8 of Wands, that energetic exchange, the arrows of love back and forth. There can be a lot of communication and travel back and forth, which obviously happens on a day like today or this week. And the major arcana from this read, the only major was the Lovers. And before the read was the Chariot, the vehicle of yourself, your human body, the vehicle of ascension and infiltration. And after the read came up Guidance, which is the Hierophant, Reason, which is the Emperor, Ascension, which is the world, and Higher Self. With 3 cups, 3 swords, 3 pentacles, 3 wands. 3 cups, 3 wands, 3 pentacles, and only 1 sword. Okay, so being very much in that heart-based energy of being inspired and being able to create as well, with very little interference from overthinking things. We have the Queen of Wands in the read, the Knight of Wands, and the Queen of Cups, and the Queen of Pentacles. So of course there's a lot of people, because there's a lot of family gatherings today. This is very much mother and child energy, or the masculine being a very young energy today. Again, there's 3 queens here, the Queen of Wands, Queen of Cups, and Queen of Pentacles, along with the Knight of Wands. We also have the 9 of Pentacles, which can be a sovereign child, or anyone who's just sovereign or empowered by themselves. And the numbers came up as double 3s, double 5s, and double 7s today. The 3s were most significant, so that Christ vibration, that standing up for oneself without being triggered, taking the high road, compassion, and the 55 of the truth, Excalibur, the sword and the stone, the light of that sword of truth. But it must come with love. Otherwise, there's a price to be paid. We have 77 of the Sovereign, that 9 of Pentacles, right? That's just about being able to take care of yourself, being able to find yourself worthy of everything you want for yourself and others. Being sovereign in your own power doesn't mean separate from others. It means you're empowered to be one with others and not bend to and fro, right? So, of course, there's always bending in regards to and sharing and sometimes compromising. But sometimes you're not meant to compromise. Sometimes you're meant to do what your soul is guiding you to do. That's the whole purpose of your soul. But we don't bend to other people's wills. That's the whole purpose of the sovereignty, is being able to stand side by side together in each other's sovereignty, allowing and being compassionate for each other. The 55, the 77, the 33, 3, 5, 7. And of course, made in heaven. So we have the 3, 4, 5 together as well, which is the 3D, 4D, 5D. And of course, the bridge between 3D and 5D. And the 9 also came up here. Again, endings, completion, compassion, the collective consciousness, the hermit going within, the whole and the one. And then we also have the King of Wands, the 23, the 34 of the 8 of Wands, the 45 of the 5 of Cups, the 56 of the 2 of Swords, the 67 of the Knight of Pentacles, the loyal, humble servant, the 78 of that dream family or heaven on earth, the 10 of Pentacles, and the 89 of the Phi energy, expanding and contracting, or just staying at the center and reflecting instead. It's all about bringing the polarities to the middle. The code line was all about time out or source me out. Or maybe you're just sourced out, right? And the number was 87 on the code line from 75, 9, and 3. And actually 75 also reduces to a 3, so it's like 393. So a lot of that 3, 6, 9 energy. But leaving the 6 out, which is the Lovers and that time out. The code, the message here regarding time out was Sophia and the Chariots of Fire. After death, ESP. And after death can be any kind of ending or something that you've been through, or transformation or transition. But the Sophia Chariots of Fire, after death, ESP, taking the high road, or that also comes up as 309 or 309, taking the high road union as sovereign. 3, the lovers you are. that third energy as well, right? Because you're always in 3. You're the 2 plus 1. This S7 is also coming up if that means anything to you. And 5 nights. And that could be 5 nights from now, which would be the end of the month. Right? Because that takes you into the 31st of New Year's Eve. And also at the high, it's coming up as the high road union, right? Leaving one year, going into the next. And the sovereign empress, which is the mother energy or Gaia, and the lovers that you are in your time out. Sophia, the 7 of Pentacles, which is also divine feminine's heart in the E-Tower. Adept at doing the high road in union. Also daughter and mother energy coming up here, taking the high road. There could be ET energy here in the he universe, right? That's always been masculine or deemed masculine. But this is bringing up the Sophia into the Christ as the lovers that you are in time out. Sophia, this also could be Sophia energy of the divine feminine, 7 to 5. So maybe somebody's recognizing they have to be in that Sophia energy 7 to 5, right? It's your job every day to as an aide or part-time hire perhaps. As Saggy independent, taking the high road in the energy of the lovers that you are. And again, the E is the rolling stone, which is also the rolling Om. The Sophia divine feminine within the masculine, expanding after death ESP through whole reflow soldering to give way to perhaps an affair, which can be a party. It doesn't have to be the negative terminology. An affair, a cause, a case, food, give way to the food, right, which gave me and my son a headache yesterday. The carpet, independence, and being single with the empress or mother and child, the lovers that you are, sourcing me out. So again, use like sourcing your energy out to others to help heal the world by being in your motherly compassion. The 7 of Cups upright here is the underlying energy here. And in this deck, it's very much about the stairway to heaven, in that circular stairway of love, where every option on every step is a good one. It's all beautiful. There is no negative there. And beneath that card is the 8 of Swords, 7 of Wands reversed, Chariot reversed, 6 of Swords upright, and the 2 of Wands reversed. So the energy for the read was coming up as perhaps feeling trapped or defenseless or hiding or feeling like you don't have an excuse. Perhaps you don't need an excuse. Feeling broken or stuck but fluid and no choice but to follow your synchronicities, to follow heaven in your eyes at 807, which is the dance of the chariot, climbing the stairs, taking the steps in a circular motion. So again, you're always going to come back and repeat a little bit, just like the retrogrades. Perhaps you're feeling dead tired and needing transformation, as the Page of Pentacles is upright with an opportunity or an invite to home or union, perhaps losing patience with the 10 of Pentacles, family, business, or community, or a fallen angel or Sagittarius reversed between the 4 of Wands upright home or union and the 10 of Pentacles family, or perhaps energy between a home and a business as well. And again, that's coming up as the fallen angel. And then at 809, which is the dance of the 9, the compassion, the endings, the selflessness, the collective consciousness, with Cancer, Scorpio, and Sagittarius all reversed right here. The Queen of Wands is upright with the Knight of Swords reversed, who may be lashing out, guilting the King of Wands reversed, who may be feeling scroogey or just not feeling well, toward the Queen of Pentacles upright in energetic exchange with the Page of Wands reversed, who may be bleeding out with the Knight of Cups reversed. And that can be, kids, being stuck in the house with their parents all day. Maybe they don't want to be, or maybe somebody's sick. Maybe the family is sick today because they all have colds. But there's that kind of energy of not being able to put out the energy because the energy is drained. Or the Queen of Wands upright didn't respond to a message and feeling guilty, but the King of Wands reversed is not feeling well and holding back from the Queen of Pentacles in energetic exchange with the Page of Wands reversed, or frustrated child who perhaps got locked out or the stores were all closed, and the Knight of Cups reversed may feel rejected or moody or feeling betrayed that they didn't come or didn't get to the store on time like they asked them to. Bleeding out or lost in space, jealousy or insincerity between the Page of Wands and the Knight of Cups, and that could be children or parents acting like children. Or maybe they're just really tired today. Or the Page of Wands reversed had to open the gate for the Knight of Cups reversed to get in, or both are just dead tired, or didn't understand the horseshoe reference, that the horses don't wear shoes, or a surgery that's taking forever, and the Page of Wands reversed and the Knight of Cups reversed may be getting worried about that. Or someone is sick and their plans are falling through, and so they may be upset about that. So the Hierophant's reversed here, with a broken commitment or no guidance, with Taurus reversed or dumping responsibilities and burdens or a load on the Knight of Cups reversed, who's then being moody with the Queen of Pentacles upright, who's keeping it all real and grounded. With lots of roots planted, or perhaps bamboo roots you can't get rid of, or just very grounded, and the Knight of Cups reversed not there with you, or not in a loving mood, or just feeling jealous or feeling rejected, but that's okay. Allow them to feel that and allow it to flush through at 836, which is the dance and the 36 of the Atlas and the weight of the world. Perhaps you cleared up the yard without them this year, and perhaps they noticed that and felt upset. Or luck in love or getting your wish. But injustice or lack of balance or fairness with the High Priestess upright, displaying keys or confessing, dumping a load, burdens or responsibilities with or on a new passion, openly willing to burn the past in order to birth the new. Or there's a big gift to make up for the inequity from Libra reversed and Pisces upright, or to take a load off, kick your feet up, with a new passion, or cat pregnant, or must shave their legs first, really hairy. Or someone got poison ivy with the cat in the woods, and that could be an animal or a cat, a guy cat. So someone got poison ivy with the cat in the woods, or dark priestess who's casting spells with low cleavage to make themselves irresistible, or to cause another to get poison ivy or pregnant. With keys, bubble blowers, or ring around God knows what, at 847, the dance of the Seven of Cups, of synchronicities, of having choices, which also could be confusing if there's too many of them. But it's also allowing, there's so much variety in life. You know, you have to allow others to like things that you may not like at all, or you might even think are gross or weird or really awful or ugly. But someone else might really have an appreciation for something that you can't see. So it's just allowing each to their own. And if they need to grieve today or cry today or purge today or go to their room today, allow them their time. And then nature comes up, 74, which is that perfect balance of nature, the Six of Pentacles. And beneath it is moderation, again, all in moderation, which is balance, the 14 of that higher love, taking one step at a time, flowing back and forth off the beaten path without your shoes on, grounding in the grass or the dirt or the sand, wherever you may be. And then we have the energy of recovering or letting someone back inside to the Ten of Pentacles, family, business, or community, or to see the treasure, but dissatisfied without the sun or light, drained or doesn't like the energy, and struggling, looking for a way out, perhaps to go to work late with Ben and Charlotte's Web, to reassess the finances in a split, divide, or lies, or a need for the whole picture, the truth, all falling down on them or cut them off at the waist. Everything's up in the air and about to come down on them, or perhaps feels like that at 852, which is the dance, the manifestation of dreams, and the Queen of Swords with the light here. Perhaps doing woodwork or desk work by candlelight or the Torah, with chains caught up in the wheels or foosball table, and the walls are closing in, which reminds me of the foosball table. We used to have one when the kids were younger, and it was in the front room, which really echoes. And that's when our hamster got paralyzed from the noise of the foosball table. So I don't know if any of you have experienced that before, but hamsters, you know, they can look like they're dead when their nervous system gets freaked out. And I don't know if somebody's experiencing that same thing, but I'm guided to bring it up. So somebody might feel caught up in their chains or unable to get out of a situation they don't feel like being in because the energy doesn't feel good to them. Or again, the foosball table, or just feeling like the walls are closing in on you. And that could be someone with phobias, right? A fear of small spaces, a fear of anything, or trying to figure out how they did that trick. So there could be kids or parents doing magic tricks to entertain the company. With Leo reversed, Pisces or Capricorn reversed, or escaped from a box or coffin. It could be something you're watching on TV or actually at a magic show. Or how did they get out of the community chest? Needing the whole truth or split and going upstairs to lie down or nap. Perhaps mope or being jealous or insincere or feeling rejected by the Queen of Pentacles, ignoring a passionate offer, or nature's calling of balance and intuitive healing. The underlying energy here may be just being home with the King of Wands reversed, who may be stewing or just feeling sick or sick of it. And then the Page of Pentacles reaping rewards of the Ten of Pentacles, family, business, or community, resisting sudden changes or after a sudden event, epiphany, or sex, feeling like there's no options or overworked, or it's just not working out and feeling defenseless to the energies or without an excuse. But remember, perhaps you don't need an excuse. Why are you defending your own soul's guidance? This is what they're trying to get through there. So there may not be an excuse, or maybe you need an excuse because you did something that upset somebody else, or juggling, performing, and sharing with the Queen of Swords upright, or settling out, purging, sweating it out, dumping one big load and insecure without tools to detox the chaos with the Ten of Cups family, or to find emotional fulfillment while uncomfortable between the Ten of Cups family and or your own fulfillment, or the Six of Cups soulmate or kids. The Three of Swords is upright. The separation can be heartbreak or disappointment as well in the hostage situation, and that can be like family feeling hostage at these holidays because some people don't like to go, but they go anyway. The hostage situation with the guilty party, with back pain or betrayal or a pain in the ass, or painful to settle out or share with the Divine Feminine, Pisces or world or neighborhood. And the King of Wands reversed, always wanting to fight perhaps, or just not feeling well today at 9/11, which is an emergency energy. So perhaps at war. So is the King of Wands defensive today, the defensive star or Aquarius or quarterback, and the injustice of Libra reversed and the Page of Swords upright, feeling broken, stuck, or stuck without car, or broke up, or broke down, or a war between father and son, or Aquarius upright and Libra reversed, or Cancer reversed, and the King of Wands reversed fighting with a bird who's taking off, and that could be a daughter who doesn't want to stay home, or the injustice of the message to Cancer reversed, or about a break, separation, or heartbreak, and taking steps to split or divide or seek the truth. The foundation is the Five of Pentacles reverse, which is recovering from being left out, recovering from overtime to have your dreams come true, with issues at work with the Page of Cups, or a message of love coming out, or about going crazy. And the center energy of the Queen of Wands upright, battling a split or lies with the King of Cups upright, who may be detoxing, or chaos with the Queen of Swords talking about juggling or talking to them when they're trying to concentrate or get things done, or when they're performing their duties, or maybe they're being criticized or judged, or graded in hopes of a big offer, right? That can be a judge of a performance, right? To get into a school or to a job in hopes of a big offer, with the Queen of Wands offering payment, payoff, or a settlement in a split, and challenged by the Nine of Pentacles, or dependent, because it's reversed here, or unhappy single, powerless or overspending, or up really early or deceiving the Knight of Pentacles. These could be siblings, the Sovereign and the Knight of Pentacles, and the Page of Cups upright, so that they could shop for them. So the deception could just be, hiding from people so that you could buy gifts. The injustice of the past, or looking back and seeing them, being strong, taming the beast, or Leo kids or pets, not wanting them to leave. Reaping rewards with the King of Swords upright and the Page of Swords upright, and using strong-arming tactics, or Leo tackling the boar under big palms and feet, with fond memories of stepping it up, or wanting to hit a home run, or success with a surprise, or scaring the Emperor sneaking up behind them and the Emperor stunned about the King of Wands reversed without affection and losing their patience or temper, with the wounded warrior surrendering to the Fool who's free to leap, from the Empress reversed and the King of Pentacles upright, who are not coming together at work with Libra or just destined to happen, with issues at work destined, with Sagittarius reversed, Aries upright, Taurus reversed, and Libra upright, or Sagittarius, King of Wands reversed, is siding with the Emperor, who's surprised, and the King of Pentacles upright is siding with the Empress reversed. At 9:38, the Hermit and the Queen of Cups. Perhaps the Emperor's a Leo, but doesn't have to be, and the King of Wands reversed could be a Libra, Sag, which doesn't have to be, but could be. And now, in the present moment, crowning there is the Four of Wands, a home or union, ghosting in a three-way split, or lovers destined to fall short and implement a plan, defenseless to being ganged up on, or without an excuse regarding a lie. The Queen of Wands is showing her boo-boos, or undressing as usual to get attention, avoiding a disaster or after sudden events or breakup in energetic exchange, at a distance with soulmate or a lot of back and forth with kids, and the Page of Wands reversed may be sick of fantasizing about being free and satisfied as opposed to actually being it or living it, and in surrender, with the Knight of Cups reversed who may feel rejected or betrayed, or insecure without tools to manifest, and stuck with the King of Swords upright and the Queen of Wands upright, spilling the beans, or finally broke them to tell them new information about putting it all out there for attention or stripping for somebody. Flirting or dependent, powerless to others touching their butt, or dumping a load with an ex or pushed to their emotional limit and sweating it out without affection, or in a breakup here. Or the Nine of Pentacles reversed child is dumping on the Queen of Pentacles' older sister or mother, or another earth sign, or dependent on them but no affection there, or Gemini reversed or twin between them at 9:50, which is the Hermit and the Ten of Cups of emotional fulfillment or happy family. And soon here's the Three of Cups upright, coming together in love and joy, uncomfortable sleeping together or in 5D connection, and the Knight of Pentacles making an offer to the Emperor, defenseless to deception of the Ten of Cups family, receiving an unannounced offer from the High Priestess, Pisces, or an aide or religious woman, perhaps putting it out there but then choked in a breakup or no affection, with the Knight of Wands reversed player falling short in the 11th hour just when the good news came in, with Aries upright, Cancer and Aquarius and Gemini reversed, Pisces upright, and Sagittarius reversed here, unable to meet them at their level. And that's like, dealing with the Emperor and then a child or just someone who just doesn't have their knowledge at 9:55, which is the Hermit and the Truth. The Emperor may be shocked that the Knight of Wands reversed and the King of Wands reversed fell short or succumbed, and the Knight of Pentacles giving information to the Emperor, and the Emperor is passing it on to the Knight of Wands reversed X, or Sagittarius and Gemini both reversed. The twin flames are seeing themselves as that Knight of Wands reversed in energetic exchange with the Three of Cups group supporting another's suffering in silence, or perhaps their sister. And again, the Knight of Wands reversed can be someone who just was all revved up and ready to go, and then they just tuckered out and either got sick or really tired, or they can be a player, right, who runs in for a one-night stand. But it also can be someone who had good intentions to follow through with their efforts, but they just fell short on energy, or they fell off the wagon. That could be as well. But it's also about being paralyzed by one's passions, right, being scared of their own passions. This is the energy of the twin flames here, offering time, money, and energy to recover from exile, or deciding whether or not to let them back in, but awake to new information of facing fears of the Queen of Cups reversed, sister, or suffering in silence. They could ruin their peace of mind. At 10:01, which is the reflection of the Wheel of Fortune and the Magician embodiment. The Knight of Wands reversed may be falling from grace. There could be Pisces or Capricorn or Sagittarius reversed, falling from grace and energetic exchange with an emotional affair, or offering a new life to those out in the cold and awake to clarity of facing the enemy or your own fears, taking down the field, defending the Queen of Cups reversed, sister, or suffering in silence and being supported by the group. Codependency, pay attention to the red flags, which is your signs and synchronicities. Free yourself, right? Don't fence me in. And this could be the one. And there's also the energy of children, that your love life is being affected by children. And why are you allowing that? You're the adult. So around the twins, or how they're seen, is the Queen of Cups reversed, on a journey to the Empress reversed, who may be drained by their kids or pets, or just needing a vacation or sunshine. Perhaps somebody on chemo or radiation and in need of a vacation. The Knight of Wands reversed and the Queen of Cups reversed maybe had it out, and the Queen of Cups reversed messenger to bring news to the Empress reversed or a sick mother, with Taurus and Leo both reversed, holding on, saving or hoarding without option, with the King of Pentacles upright burning her, or he takes care of the kids financially, or he takes care of the medical bills, so they're very reliant on him at 10:08, which is the 10 of the wheel and the 8 of the dance, or manifesting of your dreams. Or the Empress reversed and the kids reversed, had the Queen of Cups reversed. They're mad because the Queen of Cups reversed wasn't invited, because the King of Pentacles maybe had that snobby or elitist attitude, and the block being the Lovers reversed, or a lack of love or love loss, and not calling the High Priestess upright and the Knight of Swords reversed, who may be holding their tongue, or Gemini reversed, or Gemini in their chart, and time out here, but even more so, parenting, which comes up with this number 63, which is that 9 of Swords, and suffering in silence. So suffering in silence, parenting, and that can be parenting your children, yourself, or your parents, and then pride, right? So parenting pride can be a good thing, but also a very bad thing. So which is it for you? And then Gemini reversed, maybe coming up as a manipulator here, or breaking up with 2 women and without the tools to deal, or hangry and out of control, with the Queen of Pentacles upright with synchronicities and options, and just needing to pick one perhaps. Or maybe they don't understand why they don't. And the Queen of Pentacles putting it out there for the Empress reversed, or a sick mother, and the King of Pentacles upright with issues at work that are destined, or Libra schooling the goose. The Queen of Pentacles with daughter putting it all out there, or spending too much, or pushing Gemini reversed and their buttons, or had enough, and the Queen of Pentacles dumped the Gemini reversed, or lover, in front of their mother, and or staff, or about taking his lover on a trip with him. And the Queen of Pentacles Taurus, or the Emperor upright, the Queen of Pentacles Taurus may be divorcing the Emperor upright for juggling and being an ass, or coming, per her perspective, and coming full circle or complete with higher self, with Pisces ×2 perhaps, or Virgo, and finding peace on a trip. At 10:21, the Wheel of Fortune and the 21 of the World and completion, which also can be the feminine and Pisces energy, we have all of these were doubled up, which was really incredible because they're never this consistent that way. So we had Aries both upright, 2 Aries upright, 2 Tauruses reversed, 1 Libra upright in the middle, which is funny because Libra's in the middle of the horoscope, and then 2 Geminis reversed, 2 Pisces upright. So they're all both in the same direction of each sign. Finding peace away from them all. Hiding in the woods, defenseless to drama, or broke down in order to find peace, with no options but to climb back up and recover with the Knight of Wands reversed and the Queen of Cups reversed, which Knight of Wands reversed can be a fire sign or someone who's just really fiery, and the Queen of Cups can be a water sign. So fire signs, of course, are Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, and the water signs are Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. So the Queen of Cups can be that as well, or just a lot of emotions. Maybe she's very expressive with her emotions. So again, wanting to climb back up or recover with the Knight of Wands and the Queen of Cups, or let them back in, and that could be letting kids back into school as well. Maybe people are struggling with finances right now at 10:23, which is the Wheel of Fortune, and the 23 of the King of Wands. Or separation of the Queen of Wands upright and challenged by the nine of Pentacles reversed or dependent, powerless or overspending and coming together to break up at home, with the Queen of Pentacles divorcing the Emperor, or without guidance or input from their father, and the Empress reversed does whatever her precious King of Pentacles upright, who supports her, tells her to do. Or the King of Pentacles is with a sick mother, and the Queen of Pentacles with a father who took care of her. From frog to prince, perhaps fought the world and found peace within, or away from them, taking steps to separate in a split, or recovering with the Queen of Wands at home and challenged by the Nine of Pentacles reversed, dependent, or cost. That can also be the fear of being alone. The Knight of Wands reversed coming together with the Queen of Cups reversed to break up or without affection for the Queen of Pentacles upright, or Taurus reversed and Aries upright at war with the world and their higher self, or Pisces and Pisces being happy anyway, amidst all of this, perhaps at 1033, which is the Wheel of Fortune, and the 33 of the Christ vibration. And by the way, it was really funny because the movie I watched last night was Don't Look Up, which was a very interesting movie. It was a new one from Netflix, so you might want to check it out because it had to do with all of the crap that's going on in the two-sidedness, the media, the world, the ascension energy about the end of the world. It was a spoof movie about the end of the world. And it's 1:33 on the clock. 1 is the Magician, 33 is that Christ vibration again. So if you're interested, watch that movie, Don't Look Up. But the reason why it was so interesting is because the first card out from my Metatron deck today was Look Up, after I watched the movie, Don't Look Up. So you'll understand if you watch the movie. So let's just pull a few cards and see what comes up. Let's see what the animal deck has for us. The animal spirit is always a beautiful energy. Might want to take another deep breath. Okay, so what is our takeaway from the reading today for Christmas? We have the cheetah. And this is that 3D energy pouncing in, right? They're ready to pounce. They're mesmerized by something. They can't get it out of their mind. And again, that can be that paralyzed by your passions, right? He's stuck in suspended animation, in freeze frame. That's what's coming up here. The twins being paralyzed by their own passions. And the truth of the buffalo, who's very well grounded. Very well grounded in heavenly too. They're very stable energy. And then we have Mr. Ed coming up after that, which is that God energy of that Saggy expansion energy. And again, this can be Taurus and Sagittarius. And Sagittarius came up today, and we're in the Taurus North Node now. And this is that kind of that Saggy energy going away from the South Node. And then we have the Worm, who are very intimidated by other energies, right? Because they're very small and they're a newbie. So they're keeping their love light to themselves because they don't know how to express without feeling intimidated by others. So let's see what else these have to say. I'm also getting what I said earlier from Metatron, that the pinky peach is the new black, right? Because we have the black egg here of compassion. So turn this lower chakra energy, add some pink to it, and make it compassion. And you notice there's pink in this too. The new black is going to pink. The pink in the peaches. And then that translates into the energy, that magenta energy going into the buffalo here. The buffalo's truth is influencing the cheetah over here, paralyzed by their passions. But they're being an influence of stability, a stable influence. They're not projecting onto the cheetah, they're just being in their energy, which then they're feeling. I feel like this is the parents right here today, and just allowing the children and the pets to just do their own thing without saying anything. Just allow them to process what they're going through, allowing them their truth here, allowing them to be in their fears if that's what they need to do today, and just allowing them to be in their energy of love. And that is what will help open them up, not you telling them that they need to do that, but just them feeling the love. We're being pulled out of our needing to speak our truth so much, and rather just being our truth, which is love and compassion and inspiration, to be those things and just be that example of feeling those things. When people are around that energy, they naturally come around because they feel safe. So it's that kind of energy. And then we have these three cards came up together as well. So we have the two striped animals here, the tiger and the zebra, who are very similar because they have stripes, but they're very different at the same time. And then taking a closer look with the third eye is being accentuated, and there's confirmation. So very important, and this can be referencing the feminine energy too, really has to focus on their third eye and staying in that high vibrational place. But it's also coming up, the tiger's third eye energy here is showing as dark. It's not fully activated yet. This also could be a difference in the activation of the masculine and the feminine energies. And it's really important for the feminine. And look how the triangle is on fire above the tiger. It's like a different kind of seeing. And to focus on, this is also the solar plexus, which is your confidence, your higher self. That the higher self may feel different, may not feel the same for each. So just like parents letting the kids just be their own person, it's you also as the masculine and feminine allowing each other to be the masculine and feminine, because you're going to be different in that way. Allowing your differences, but knowing that you're the same at the same time, and you're connected by that solar plexus heart energy and your cord. And sharing that etheric body energy. So it's saying the same thing in two different ways, one with the masculine and feminine together, and one with parents and their children, allowing each their own space to be who they are, even if you deem that negative, whatever they're doing. The bottom of the deck is the chaos, the fire ant, right? This is the wound, this is the star, this is the accident that everybody can't stay away from. Whatever draw that magnetizes all the collective towards the middle is what's coming up here. And the star in this deck is a very superficial energy. And that's, again, confirm of that. So this can be the star in this particular example, as opposed to the accident or the wound, that everybody wants a piece of them, and they become an innocent target, right? Because they always get what they want. So when all of a sudden things change and that's not the situation anymore, that could be a very dangerous place for the star, who's very innocent, because they've just naturally always gotten what they've wanted, because they're in a very loving energy here. And again, the Lamb is coming up as Jesus Christ today. And putting him in the place of being the star, not needing to be the star. Not in the way that this deck projects the star, because in this deck it's projected as a superficial energy. Ish. The lamb star fish, which is Jesus, and the collective. So saying, never forget how the story played out with Jesus, right? The collective came against him as the star. But when he was equal with them on the same level, they were drawn to him. But then when then when they made him the star, which is never what he was intending to be, that's when it all fell apart. Because then there's a separation that happens there, right? One above the other. It's really so important right here, talking about playing on the same level with everybody else, on the same playing field. But vibrationally, we are going to be on different levels. Vibrationally, it doesn't mean one's above the other. But also vibrationally, not to sink to the lower vibration in order to be with someone else, but be next to them, but allow them to rise to your vibration instead, right? Don't sink to those lower 3D vibrations of anger and jealousy and all those kind of other issues. Allow them to rise to your quiet, loving energy. But otherwise, playing on, on a level playing field, they were all equal. So that was very perfect, regarding the families and how they interact with each other and allowing each other to be each other, just authentically who they are in the family unit, but also in the twin flame connection here, allowing each other to be who you are. Even though you're the same, you're also different. And then from the journey of love, let's see what comes up. So the family's coming up as the horse, being the father of wisdom and the mother of very grounded stability. And it can go the other way around. Just depends on what energy you hold. Do you hold more masculine, more feminine? And of course, there's all sorts of combinations of that. All right. So the feminine can come up as the Saggy as well, the horse energy. Whereas the masculine comes up as the really stable, grounded one. And this is coming up as like the grounded parent needing to watch out for the really fiery one over here, right? Because they need grounding. And then vice versa for the one that's really grounded, like the worm, needing the Saggy energy of the parent. You notice they're opposites because they need to learn that other energy, the other side of the coin, to ground them or to pull them out more. They need to come outside themselves more. Like pairing them with the parent who's different from them. Okay, there we go. The Christ flame. It's Christmas today. Don't forget what happened, because that's not what you're going to experience. This is the 31 of chaos, right? The reflection of 13, which is death. So birth and death is chaos and that dark night of the soul, basically, and need to merge those polarities to the middle of joy. But you don't want this. You don't want to separate yourself off from the masses to be hung up to dry. God speaks with 33 in your direct connect, right? Don't follow somebody else's version of who you are in order to be in pain and be the sacrificial lamb. God speaks about your connection, your direct connect to them, and the towering magnificence that you are in union. How tall you are in union. How grand. The towering magnificence of all that you are in union with Source. And to dream a little. There's the King of Swords. King of Swords is about that purity of thought. And allow yourself to dream. That dreams come true now. Connect to your Creator, your higher self, in the towering magnificence of your union with God, Creator, Source, love, however you want to call it. And allow yourself to dream a little with the King of Swords. And it's kind of the playoff of Pilate and Jesus as well, forgiving your captor and letting the feminine lead the way. 39 is that Knight of Cups. Okay. as the bride offers herself, the 43 of the coming together. So again, there's a lot of chaos in this energy right here. She's saying, what the heck? I was in the vortex. It was just peaceful a minute ago, and now it's kind of crazy in here. And where is he anyway? And then she is the moon when it all calms down. 21 is completion. When she is whole within herself, right? Because you see all those different aspects of the feminine. It's saying to drop into your heart, the Page of Pentacles, to manifest something new, right? Put the power in your heart. Sweet soul rising of the 20 and announcements and that wake-up call. Being your inner child, right? The Christed heart. The one of the magician embodiment. The mother prays. So again, there's Mother Mary and Christ coming up here. The 15 of the shadow side. The mother prays. Right? There's light, dark and light in everybody. And then the Shakti of the feminine warrior, of the 19 sun. The mother and son. Right? The shadow of the sun and the codependency, right? Of not letting go of the mother, right? The mama's boy type of energy is coming up there. Right? Being a very feminine, masculine. And then devotion to the small as well on the journey with the children and the flowers and the pets. The bottom of the deck is loving all that is. The 22 on the Fool's Journey, holding space for all that is. And the legacy of light of Jesus. Oh, I always see him as holding a sleeping bag over here while holding someone who needs help over here. It looks like there's two people in there actually. Again, but she's holding space and he's holding the light, along with some people who are out in the cold. The legacy of light of Jesus. He wants to be seen as this, not this, right? That's the chaos and the torture and the pain. He wants to be seen as this, right? The legacy of light, of the messenger of truth, and holding space for all that is on the Fool's journey now, as opposed to the wounded warrior's journey, which is that other picture of the Christ being hung on the cross. So again, the first card's out here, and you see it's all about the feminine's journey as well. Connecting with your higher self and to your source, creator, God, love, and the towering magnificence of you are. Okay. And dream a little as the King of Swords and the Knight of Cups, right? Pure truth in your integrity, but love at the same time, letting the feminine side of yourself lead the way, understanding the Kundalini energy, and this one understanding the mind, the heart mind, and then the bride offering herself in coming together, even when someone doesn't show up on time. All right, all that she is. And then she is the moon, that purple moon of completion, coming full circle to know who she is and drop into her heart again. All right, let's read the book for those. And the first card out was the cheetah today. Paralyzed by passion. Solar force, action, achievement, and masculine energy is the cheetah. The cheetah is the epitome of the solar forces at work. The sun doesn't shine onto the cheetah, it shines from inside this great creature and expands outward to brighten the universe. The energy within the cheetah personality is palpable to others, and they naturally attract an audience to bear witness to their remarkable achievements. And here's that star energy. The purpose and passion are the best fuel for a cheetah's forward momentum. So if you're lacking in those areas, reconnect to the why before you start running. When they're in balance, they can achieve anything with boundless energy. But when they're out of balance, they're impatient and competitive. To bring them back into balance, reconnect to the purpose. So if you're paralyzed by your passions, reconnect to the purpose of your passions. So it's like pure masculine energy ready to pounce. And again, that star, you know, who's always energized and ready to go. The truth behind the star. I'm getting like, you know, the true Hollywood story type stuff is coming up. Perhaps being seen as superficial, but then the true story of how they actually got to where they are today, to understand better. Or the opposite, right? Maybe they are very well loved, but maybe if you knew how they got there, you wouldn't love them so much. It can go both ways. 33. But it's having compassion for all of it and holding space for all of it. And not judging others, allowing them to go through their own journey. You may not have the answers for them. They need to seek them themselves. God speaks. The divine is speaking to you directly. Underneath the silence, there is the endless music of love, pulsating throughout the universe. Within that sacred sound, there's guidance. It may or may not have words. It might be a feeling in your heart that you can only access when you're still, relaxed, dancing in a yoga practice, or even half asleep. It assures you that behind any struggle or challenge, there's only ever the divine seeking you out, calling you to surrender some fear or doubt or other so that you can move closer. Trust in the sound of love beyond anything else, for in truth, no matter what may appear to be, there is nothing else but love. This oracle brings you guidance. You're being loved into becoming. Be open to being shown the divine genius in all that is happening. If you feel you're being nudged, know you're being nudged by the divine. If you feel you're being held back, know you're being held back by the divine. All is happening perfectly for you, and all will unfold in divine timing. The divine is speaking to you. When you're captivated by the beauty of nature, or an illogical sense that everything is okay, listen. That's the divine talking to you and reassuring you that all is unfolding according to the spiritual law in perfect cooperation with your own destiny. And the poem reads, when the first sound was born, the air was filled with fantasy, like the flower's sweet perfume, alive in the moment, and there was nothing else. Only the energy coursing through my body and the tears on my cheeks. I was carried away on the strings, each note striking a chord within, and answering with the emotions of my soul. How priceless the surprise, how powerful the memory, to be with the violin when it sings. And that always reminds me of my dad, because my dad played the violin. So have an amazing, beautiful day, you guys. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Have an amazing 2022. This is really happening. All of your vibrations are raising. We're going to have an amazing year. You're going to see so much transformation this year. And remember, it's the 2022. It's all about the twos, the one-to-one connections, and the six of the lovers, love, family, and community. And remember to treat yourself well as well. Drink your water, get your rest, get your joy, get your nature, or don't do any of it. And do what you want to do. It's all up to you. Rise and be loved. Have an amazing one, you guys. And breathe. I'll see you soon. Bye, guys.